Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. Today we are taking a bulldozer from Hartford, Connecticut down to Virginia. Let's go ahead and get set up shop here. And got a little bit of music playing today. So this should be mostly highway. It's funny, out of all the trailers, excuse me, I find this particular style, this lowboy style, one of the more difficult ones to actually attach to, for whatever reason. I think it's just because you don't have like with the reefer style trailers, you actually have like you have the, let me get around the corner here first. You have the legs of the reefer style trailers. Oh, of course I needed to turn left. And you can line it up easily with that, but you don't have it with these ones, so I find it a bit more difficult, I guess. There we go. We're going through that intersection now, apparently. This was one of those weird intersections that we encountered. At least I found it was strange. There we go. Perfect. So that's what our load looks like today. Must be going to a mine if I had to guess. Helps if you're in gear, Ian. There we go. You don't play American Truck Sim for like a few days and then look what happens. It's funny with this. This always happens though. Like, I find like driving games for me are like that. I don't know what it is though, but it's always the driving games. Like, it'll be Project Cars, it'll be American Truck Sim, whatever it happens to be. Like, both of them seem to do it for me. So like when I'm driving, it seems like. Don't know what it is. Alright, here we go. Might be because this is a bit of a heavier load. Was this 40 tons? 20 tons. So it might be part of it as well, but it should make a difference. Don't have... There we go. And we're going to turn right up here. I don't know. Could be the reason why. Who knows? There we go. I don't know, have you played much American Truck Sim lately? Caterpillar, nice. I've been playing a lot of Project Cars, and I was debating this morning what to play, whether it was going to be Project Cars or American Truck Sim or Farm Sim. There we go. It's a weird intersection you have to go through to get to this, because you have to like go like do a huge U-turn to get out of there. There we go. Make that turn too. Have to be careful not to start speeding here. And I turn right again. All right turns. There we go. Apparently it's raining. Cats and dogs. It's funny. If you try and tell that expression to like French people, for example, or someone who doesn't speak English as a primary language, they're like, cats and dogs. Why would it rain cats and dogs? Which is a valid question, really. Actually, interestingly enough, in French, wow, it's really raining today. Jeez. In French, they have an expression like that. Let's put the lights on. Oh, they were on. They have an expression that is it's raining like rope, essentially, because of the way it looks. Can't find them, grind them today. Jeez. All right, what do we gotta go for? 90 kilometers an hour. Yeah, it's pretty funny because they have like the expression, if you if it's raining cats and dogs for them. Not cats and dogs, rope. I don't know why, but and then in English it's like raining cats and dogs. And if you try and make the approximation between the two, they're just like, what? That makes no sense at all. It's like, yes, I know, but it's just the way the English language is sometimes. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes some things just don't have an explanation. Like a student will ask something about, you know, why is it like this, and sometimes it's a question of, well, I didn't, that's the rule behind it, and then you can explain the rule, and then they're like, why do they make the rule? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm sure it's like that for other languages too. Speed limit increased to 105 there. Let's go up to 95. Looks like this car in front of us is going a bit too slow here. There we go. Watch this. He's going to speed up now. It's a nice looking car too. What kind of car is that? Apparently I am not paying attention to where I'm driving. I'm more concerned about the car. I did not just kiss the rail there. No, no officer, I did not. Alright, let's get out of lane here. Apparently he's going fast enough now again. Looks like we need to turn up here anyway, so. I've been thinking about doing a convoy on American Truck Sim multiplayer lately. Haven't decided where to start from yet. Probably I'm thinking like Fresno maybe, something like that. I think that's where my home base is, so I think that's why I decided Fresno. Alright, no one's there. Let's merge. There we go. But I'm thinking about doing that. Would that be something you guys would be interested? Leave a comment below if that's something you'd be interested in. I know Wheels is. Wheels has already said he'd be interested in it, so it's just a question of figuring out whether other people will be interested in it as well. So it looks so dismal today with the rain. But you got to admit, the way it looks on the road looks pretty good. At least back there it did. Must be because it was one of those lower areas where the water was collecting. Actually, when I was driving in British Columbia last year, it was nuts. A couple times where there was so much rain, that we were like almost hydroplaning at times. Because what will happen is like we were like on a mountain pass, and because we were on the mountain pass, what would happen is there'd be so much rain coming down to like a valley or something like that, and then it would actually go over the road, and you had to drive through it basically. So me as an Ontario driver, I'm just like, we'll just take it easy, and like the people from BC were just gunning it through there. It's crazy. I don't know. I just found it was a little bit too much for me. We had a little small car we rented too. It was like a Veloster. If you know what kind of car, I think it was a Hyundai Veloster, which is a tiny little thing. Fun to drive, mind you, in the mountains, but super smooth, super small. And the tires on it weren't very good either, because people have been driving it like a race car. Nothing like good old coffee in the morning. Alright, nice. Where are we here? I guess we're still in New York. Upstate New York. Well, we were in Connecticut, sorry. Hartford, Connecticut. I don't know much about Hartford, Connecticut. I feel like I should know more about it, but I definitely don't. What's our fuel levels like? No, we're not doing too bad. It's funny, on this truck, I have no idea where the fuel is easily. Like, I know it's there, but I just can't locate it like very quickly. I think it's just right. Actually, I have to like lower it down here a little bit. I think it's right there, yeah. The problem is, I have to do that, so it doesn't make my life easier, because like I can't just like, you know, lean forward to look at the gauge. I have to like zoom in, and it makes things a lot more difficult, that's for sure. Ooh, looks like an old Mustang almost. No, that's not a Mustang, is it? What is that? Maybe a Challenger? Nice. Very nice. But I do, that's one of my favorite mods, I think, for American Truck Sim. And if you're curious, if you're looking for some of the mods that I have, they should be in the description. And there should also be the link to my Steam mods. So I have a collection on Steam if you're interested. That car looks way fancier from the back, but it looks like just like a regular. Yeah, I don't know. It looks fancier than it actually is, because this looks like a hot rod from the back a little bit. When you get around the side, it looks like a Pontiac Parisienne, which is like a pretty basic car. Well, of its time it was a basic car, but it's a boat, man. If you ever see a Pontiac Parisienne these days, or like, what was the other one? Pontiac Parisienne or Chevrolet. I forget what the one with Chevrolet by Chev was. Anyways, but they were just huge cars, like massive, massive hoods and like enormous trunks. We used to have them when we were younger. Well, my dad used to have one when we were younger. Just a boat of a car. But that was the thing back. That was back in the 80s, I guess, those were out. That's what people wanted. Fuel efficiency wasn't a consideration at that time. Whereas now it's like, it's crazy. I was talking to one guy on Discord. And if you're curious about Discord and you want to join that, there's a link below as well. Join us in the lounge. That's what I call general chat, at least. Anyways, yeah, we were talking on Discord about fuel efficiency a little bit. Oh, wow, look at that car. Nice. And one of the guys drives a Ford Transit, and he was saying he gets 8 liters to the 100 kilometers. So for you guys in America, I have no idea what that translates into. It's not bad, let's say that. The way it works for liters to the 100 kilometers is the lower the number of liters used in 100 kilometers, the better. So 8's not bad. If you get something in the, let's say the 5 range, like that's really good. I think that's like 40 mpg plus, I think, if I had to guess. Still 105. This is the one downfall of this coast-to-coast map sometimes. Like, look at this. It's just a road and then nothing else. But, you know, it's in the beta still, so I hope that in the future more will be added. But it's just cool to be able to drive around Canada and the United States, wherever, basically. Wherever the road takes you, so to speak. Because in this context, I am, of course, I started in Hartford, Connecticut, and now I'm going down to Virginia. There's that same car again. So, it's kind of nice to be able to do that. But you can tell the difference between this and like what SCS made. Because what SCS made is really nice. There's actually stuff to look at when you're driving past things. But this is just like, you know, straight road basically. Which isn't terrible, you know. If you like just a long haul, it's not bad. There's a ton of those on the road. Wonder what they're supposed to be. Classic car. Could be a Chevy Nova, you never know. I don't know. I don't think Novas are that big. I don't know. I'm not a classic. I like the look of classic cars, but I don't know a lot of classic cars. Like, know them inside and out. Like, some guys are just like an encyclopedia with legs. It's crazy. And then people like me who like classic cars, but don't necessarily know all the classic cars, or don't necessarily know like what year they were made and stuff like that. But some people are just, it's nuts. But you know, like some people might say that about me when it comes to like English-related stuff. Perhaps. Actually, it's funny. I've often been asked by students to do the test for them, and of course I can't. But they're just like, why can't you do the test for me? I'm like, well, I can't pass as you. Usually that's the first answer. And then the second answer is, I don't know what is it? I think that's the first one. What's the second one? I usually say. I forgot now. Oh, there's some mountains. Could be at the Appalachians, maybe. There's a city over there. I guess no, we're going to Virginia. I don't know the mountain range of Virginia. I know in New York State, upstate New York, I think there's the Appalachian Mountains up there. But I don't know about Virginia or Connecticut. I am not that familiar with those states. New York, I know some stuff about New York, but I know New York is a big Apple state. And then what else do I know about New York? That's Empire State Building, Statue of Liberty. What else? That's about it, really. I know that. I think they have 2 baseball teams too. If memory serves. I don't follow sports, so don't quote me on that. But I know there's a couple states that have 2 baseball teams or 2 hockey teams or 2 LA's like that. The LA Kings and the LA, or maybe they're not anymore, but they used to have 2. I can't remember. As I said, I don't really follow sports at all. when you don't have cable television. It does make it a bit difficult, but even if I had cable television, I wouldn't watch sports anyways. Never was my thing. I don't mind watching the World Cup every now and then, but or maybe Olympic hockey when it's on, but even then I don't go out of my way to watch it. Although one of the interesting things is that they're actually making big strides in it's just nothing. They're making big strides in terms of live streaming stuff like that. Like the Olympics are really good for being live streamed. So basically, you can watch like all of the Olympics live streamed now, which is really nice. You never used to be able to, but now it's totally possible. And I believe the NFL is doing, and maybe the MLB, like new football and baseball, I think might be doing the same thing too. I know with football they are streaming it live, but maybe only in the United States. I'm not sure if you can do the same in Canada yet. So I don't know. Because sometimes, like for us in Canada, we get limited on certain things that in the United States they don't. Like for example, Amazon Prime Video came to Canada like just this year, or just I guess it was late last year. Like in December of last year, so, but it had been in the States for years and years and years. Wow, it really is pouring today, holy smokes. I don't know, does it rain a lot in Connecticut? Or Virginia? I don't know, maybe I'm in between those two places. I'd have to look on the map, honestly. There's been no clear signage saying where I am. All I know is I'm cruising at 105, which is a good speed actually. I believe if you do external contracts in Eurotruck, I believe you get limited to 90 kp, like 90 kilometers an hour. And in ATS, I think it's 100. If memory serves, trucks are limited in Ontario at least to, I think it's 100 actually, yeah. I don't know. I know a couple people have confirmed that. I think it was James may have confirmed it. So it's funny, every now and then I'll see a Glen Tay trailer, and I always think of I think it's James who works for Glen Tay. I think it is. I haven't seen him on stream for a bit. I feel like. So let's see where we are real quick here, just for verification purposes. We're in Baltimore. We're coming up through Baltimore. Which state is that? Baltimore, Oregon, maybe? Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland. Maryland, apparently. Okay, good to know. So we're in Maryland. Yeah. This is why I check the map, because like in terms of geography, I've heard of the places, never been to many of them. I've been to like, out of all the states, the United States, I've only been to one, and that's New York State. And that's because my buddy was getting married there, and that's the only reason why I went there. We discovered Baltimore, woo! A bit of lightning there apparently, geez. But my big thing, what I'm trying to do, before I go visiting other countries and go to like places like Cuba and Mexico, I'd like to try and see all of Canada, which isn't as easy as it sounds. Like United States, every state has people in it, like a lot of people, right? So it's easy to fly to every place. But in Canada, it's not quite the same thing. Like, you could get to all the provinces. You can get to like, you know, Prince Edward Island easily, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Quebec, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, BC, very easily. But then when you go up to like Nunavut, Yukon, Northwest Territories, you can go up there, but it is expensive. And by expensive, I mean crazy expensive. Like, let me give you an example. One of my buddies lived in Nunavut, and when you buy milk, I know you guys buy milk in jugs, not bags, but yes, we buy them in bags here. So like, let's say a jug of milk was like 10 bucks up there, just to put it in perspective. So like, traveling up there may not be expensive, but staying up there is. It's sometimes cost prohibitive. It's pretty ridiculous sometimes. It's funny, there's not even a fuel stop here. I think we're okay for our range on our fuel, but we're halfway. What's our range yet? Well, we still got. Oh, we apparently have enough for 1,000 kilometers still. Okay, that's not so bad. We don't have 1,000 kilometers to go, so we're okay. I do like the fact that this truck has a huge fuel tank in it. Oh, there's a nice car. Check that out. Nice. It's like an old Mustang fastback. Very cool. I believe the song is Ethan Meisel, I believe who his is. I'd like his stuff on YouTube. He does good stuff. U-Haul trailer. It's want to hear something kind of bizarre. You can probably rent a U-Haul truck cheaper than renting a car most of the time. No idea why. I don't know why they make it like that, but they do. So you can get a U-Haul truck. Like sometimes you'll be able to rent a U-Haul truck, but you won't be able to rent a car sometimes. It's really bizarre. And sometimes it's because of your age. So like if you're, I think in Ontario, if you're under the age of like 21, oh, welcome to Virginia. Okay, we're in Virginia now, cool. I don't think I saw a sign like that for Maryland. Nope. Anyways, sometimes if you're under the age of 21, you won't be able to rent a car sometimes, if you don't have insurance. So, but you'll be able to rent like maybe U-Haul or something like that. It's really strange how it works. I don't understand why that's the case, but it totally is. So you can, rent a U-Haul van if you want to. Not necessarily the big trucks, but like I'm talking about like a van, and then drive around instead. Like, your fuel consumption is not going to be great in a van, but it's still pretty funny that you can do that. At least in my mind. Alright, one sec, coffee break. There we go. So we're in Maryland, almost at our destination. Well, almost is a relative term. We still have 270 kilometers to go, which isn't that much in the long run. 270 kilometers is like, well, it used to be really short in this game, but since the rescale, it's not quite as bad as it was before. Oh, that looks awesome. Look at that. So cool. Someone's turning up there. But this is what the coast-to-coast map's like sometimes. If you like the long hauls, like this is only 800 kilometers. Like I think it was like just under, maybe 870 kilometers. So like 600 miles, 700 miles, something like that. So you have lots of these long distance runs. But there's not always a lot to see. Now, granted, it's the dark right now. But because it's dark, you don't realize that there's nothing on the other side. Like once we come up through a city, there will be, but until then, I guess we won't see very much. So, I hope you've been enjoying the racing. Last few days I've been really enjoying the racing. I might go back to my lately I've just been doing quick races, and I might go back to my career on that. Continue on that. It's a lot of fun, actually. I do enjoy that. I'm not always the best driver, but I still have fun, so it's all about having fun though, right? It's getting dark now. I believe the rule in Ontario is if someone is 150 meters away from you, you can turn your high beams on. I think that's what the rule is, if I can remember. I don't think they're ever actually going to like measure it. Maybe I don't know. If you also like, I guess the other big thing is if you pass somebody on the road, on the highway, let's say, and you have your high beams on and it's a cop, sometimes they will turn around and go right back after you. It just depends on what their mood is. But usually, if I don't know, I can drive with low beams on all the time. It's fine. But if you get into an area where there's like deer, for example, or moose even, then it becomes imperative almost to have your high beams on, because then you can see what's going on. There we go. It's crazy how much more you can see though with the high beams. You don't realize it until you turn them on. But I feel like the low beams in this game could use, well, at least this truck could use a bit of a boost. Cause like nowadays you get some of those LED low beams, and they're pretty bright actually. Almost too bright at times. Oh, it's 113 here. Oh, I can't go any faster than that anyway, so I just realized that. I'm like, oh, it's 113 here. I can go. No. I have the truck limited to 105. Wow, really, buddy? Why did you come into my lane and slow down? Give me a break. Yeah, of course. Now he speeds up. I was enjoying my middle lane. Thank you very much. I always find the middle, like, on the highway, like 401 for example, middle lanes are always the best. Because then you can just cruise along. Oh, this is our stop anyways. There we go. I don't know what the speed limit is here, but I'm assuming it's not this fast. We'll just keep that jank brake going there. There we go. Better to make a safe turn, that's for sure. There we go. And now it's not raining apparently. And it's funny, you can tell you're going downhill when you hear the jake brake kick in there like that. Because we're doing 111 right now, which is too fast. I don't know, it seems too fast. Like when you have a big load in the back and you're going around turns, stuff like that, it's terrible. You know what's funny? I think I just realized something. When I play Farm Sim and some of the modded tractors, they're really low, they're like not very well lit inside. It's because I'm used to playing in this truck where it has this light right here. The internal light. I think that's the reason why I'm so used to I'm like every tractor I go into these days is like, why is it so dark in here? I think that's part of the reason why. Alright, 1 sec, more coffee. Alright, we got 100 kilometers left. I don't know why that truck is going slow. I'm doing 105 and I'm still passing trucks. What do we got there? Peterbilt looks like maybe, or a Kenworth. Can't tell, it's dark. That's kind of an interesting little truck. It's one of those, I don't even call those types of trucks. I think it's for concrete. It's like the ones that have the huge arm on it, and they have the huge arm that can like put concrete where you want it to put. Those are neat little trailers like that. We need more CN rail cargo box. I don't even call those C cans, I guess. There we go. Alright, coming up to our destination here. We might have to get in the right hand lane soon. That looks like a dump truck style trailer, or dump trailer I should say. There we go. Get into this lane. It's not quite our turn yet. Almost there though. Oh, I can see the city lights now. It's always curious to see like what the place is going to be like. Like we're probably not going to right in the city. Oh, that's funny. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but there's little arrows that were floating above the road there. All right, so we're going straight through the city here. Looks like we're on the other side of the city over there. All right, that sounds okay. No one's coming up on the right hand side there. This is good. Now the funny thing would be is if I were driving along the highway right now and I ran into like an invisible wall, because I know there are a couple in this map. Ooh, going through a tunnel, nice. It's funny, sometimes when I go fishing, I fish underneath a bridge, and then what happens is when you're there, you'll hear cars every now and then gun it. It's hilarious. Motorcycles do it too. All you hear is like, what? And they go straight through the tunnel. It sounds awesome, mind you, but it's not like they're driving with a Ferrari or something like that, but sometimes it's a Porsche. It must be a canal we're going underneath. I don't know this area well enough. I've done this this type of journey before, going underneath a canal. Would it be a canal? Yes, so a river or canal. Ooh, she does not like that. Downshift here a little bit, pick up some more speed. Alright, we discovered Norfolk. Or, depending how you want to pronounce that, could be Norfolk. I don't know if that's the proper pronunciation. I don't think people actually pronounce it like folk. Alright. Downshift here. Alright, let's take a look. No one's there. No one's there. Turn off the jake brake. Alright, our turn is up here on the right, it looks like, so we'll stay in the right lane. And maybe, if we're lucky, the light will change. Ah, that was pretty lucky, actually. Take it a bit wider. Ooh, that's a nice truck there. Nice Peterbilt. Alright, this is our turn up here as well, looks like. Into the yard. Put our flashers on here so people know we're maneuvering. Actually, this is a pretty easy one. Just gotta take it easy, bring it into our drop-off point nice and slow. There we go. Easy does it. There we go. You can see the lines. Is that going to be good? There we go. Nice. Let's see how we did. Excellent. I'm surprised that was excellent, honestly. Proficiency bonus, high value cargo, urgent delivery as well even. Wow. And our bonus for parking, which we could have had higher, but there we go. Nice. Alright folks, that'll be it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode of American Truck Sim. I know I did. I always enjoy playing this game, even though I did hug the rail a little bit too closely there. You can't see it, but there are some scratch marks on the left-hand side there, so... Oh, no, look, they're not there. Anyways folks, that's it for me today. My name's Iain Robson. If you enjoyed, would you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more American Truck Sim. Catch you guys later.